rivalry in the English game quite matches this. No game quite means as much to both sets of fans. Sensational goal! Sensational! Over top! Oh my word! That's incredible! That is genius!
Oh, what a goal! Rio Ferdinand!
Rashford. Still Rashford! Electrifying goal!
Goal for Paul Scholes!
Martial, great skill, Martial! What a debut! Here's Nani, can he wrap it up? Oh, pick that out! What a strike! What a goal from Nani! And Liverpool now are getting a hammering at Old Trafford.
Without doubt, one of the biggest fixtures in world football, and thankfully for Manchester United fans, you can normally throw the form book out the window when it's United against Liverpool. After a fortnight of internationals, the fans are making their way to Old Trafford for this massive fixture, and the United fans are desperate for a win. For Liverpool, they're looking to extend their 100% start to the season and equal City's top-flight record of 18 consecutive league wins. United, meanwhile, are just desperate for a win, and getting one over their biggest rivals would make for a super Sunday indeed. Promises to be a great afternoon of football. Welcome, everyone, to MUTV. We are live from Manchester. David May joins us pitchside. Maisie, it is a huge game, isn't it? Eyes around the world are on this one.
It is. It's biggest fixture in the Premier League for me. Liverpool coming to Old Trafford, there's no better game, and you know, looking at form, you would expect you'd expect United to turn up and have a right go at Liverpool, but looking at form, you know, Liverpool are on a roller coaster ride, playing ever so well. We're stop-start at the moment, but this game can really turn your season around and put you back on track, because it's a huge game. A huge game for both teams.
We'll have a look at United's players arriving now. And what will Ollie have said to them this morning before arrival?
Do you know what? This fixture, you don't need a lot saying. If you cannot get up for this game, then you shouldn't be at this club. This is a huge game for everybody. The fans, the players, the staff. And if you can't get up for this game, as I say, you know, you don't deserve to be at this club, because it's a massive game for everybody.
Absolutely, really is a massive game. Everyone will be up for it. You know, we were talking in the week, unfortunately, it does look like Liverpool come here as favourites, but this is the kind of fixture where United can really step up and do something at Old Trafford.
We need to. We need to, Steve. The form's not been good. You know, we've not been scoring enough goals. That's my worry today. You know, are we going to score goals? Are we going to score enough goals? You know, they're fantastic going forward, the front three. You know, the abundance of goals for them. But for us, it's actually getting the goals. You know, we've scored so many ones this season. We need to get 2 or 3 today to make sure that, you know, we can do these lot.
Yeah, absolutely do. Now, we sat down with the boss, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, this week for an exclusive chat. Here's what he had to say to Stu Gardner.
First of all, has it been a long 2 weeks waiting for this one?
It has and it hasn't, because I think the boys needed some time to clear their heads. I think for me as well, of course, you're disappointed. Sometimes you get over a defeat quicker than other times, and this time we're just eager to get players back, get some players out on internationals, get some confidence back in, and we're ready to go again. It's a perfect game for us. Of course, this is the one you look for every year when the fixture list comes out. When's the Liverpool game and when's a chance? And now we've had a good build-up, had a good couple of weeks training.
I mean, everybody has had their say about United in the last fortnight. It's everywhere. Is it good to actually get back to action so we can move on?
We can talk as much as we like. But that's no good. We can work within the building. We just know what we want to do, and the answer is we're on the pitch. And I'm sure we'll get 11 players out there giving absolutely everything they've got, plus subs, of course, to get 3 points in this game. It's a massive game for the players and the supporters.
And obviously the supporters will be keen to know about the availability or unavailability of players. You mentioned earlier this week about David and about Paul. Is there anything else you can tell us about people?
You know, the injuries is always part and parcel of the game, and it's hard because tomorrow night or tonight or training after this there might be an injury, so you can't really say who's going to be available. But we'll have 11 men out there. It reminds me a little bit about the PSG situation. Loads of players out. Everyone writes us off. Happy about that one because we're not, how do I say that? Everyone doesn't want us to win. It's us. It's Man United people, Man United family that we really need to stick together. And the 11 men out there will definitely give us what they have.
If David misses out, Romero plays, but it's not as though you're bringing in a kid. I mean, he's a vastly experienced...
No, the keeper situation is a different one to maybe other positions in the squad. You know, we've got young Mason coming in when Anthony has been injured. You've got Brandon Williams has played now because we've had fullbacks injured. In the goalkeeper department, if anyone, that's the most experienced goalkeeper department in the world, I think, and the best in the world. Great coach. I've got to say the atmosphere between the three of them, they back each other, the quality is there. So I'm not worried if David doesn't play, no.
And whoever plays in goal has always got a good defence in front of him. Sometimes it gets lost, I suppose, in everything else. At the defence, I think everyone can see the improvement in the defence.
Well, we've felt the improvement, and we're feeling that we are going places, and we've not really conceded many chances. And yeah, as a goalkeeper, you must be happy with a back four in front of you. That's the part of the pitch that we've really improved, and I think that's only going to be improving as well, because obviously we'll get Luke back soon. Aaron's hopefully going to come back. Axel's growing. Harry's getting used to his teammates. Victor signed the contract. So we've got loads of good defenders in there.
Competition for places.
Which you want, and you want that all over the pitch. But at the moment we've had loads of injuries, midfield and forwards, but at the back we've looked solid.
You've called this the perfect game in many ways. I mean, what is it like to play in this one?
It's of course the rivalry with the two teams, the history between the two teams, the most winning teams in England, and you know the headlines are on you building up to this game, but that's when you're at Man United you get used to that. But beating Liverpool that's the best feeling. You know, when in the FA Cup when I scored a winner. And we just battled and we got 2 goals towards the end of the game in '99. It was just an unbelievable feeling. So I hope these boys can get some of that feeling back on Sunday.
It's funny enough, that goal is probably almost talked about as much as your most famous goal. I mean, that shows you the importance of this fixture in many ways. Yeah, that goal's right up there, isn't it?
Yeah, and for me as well, it's a moment that I always will remember. That was my only 3 touches in the game. I took the ball, took it to the side, had a shot, and that's how it is as a striker, and that's football for you. Sometimes, you know, that little fine margin, that little bit of luck or quality will change the course of a season. And for us, this opportunity now, we're not going to waste it.
Yeah, there was an extraordinary noise that day, but could Old Trafford, be at its best again this Sunday? How important is that sort of defiance that sometimes you get from?
They will be at their best. I know our fans. They will back our players. They will be out there cheering us on, especially if the players respond to what we've done this week and what we're trying to do, and that they come out there fighting, which I know they will, because it's a great hunger and humility in the group. They work hard, and they're going to go out there and give it their best.
finally, you touched on it there, but it is only one game. But could it possibly sort of change the whole feeling of the season or the direction of the season with a positive result and performance?
Well, a feeling in a football club is always decided by results on the pitch. And of course, at the moment, we're feeling a bit low, but it can change. Yes, definitely with a win against Liverpool, and then we got games coming up that we look forward to. Then that's just the nature of a human being and footballer. Get confidence through performances and results, and you tip that margin that goes against you towards, then it's for us. So we'll be there.
So Maisie, a man who knows how to score in these matches, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, that experience invaluable today, isn't it?
It is, and you know, when you've got somebody who's been as clinical as Ollie, you know, whenever most chances he'd take, you know, the likes of Marcus and Martial, I would hope, listening to him, taking heed, because, you know, for me, he was the best finisher I ever played with.
Yeah.
He was fantastic. And he'll know, he knows what it's like to play in these games. He's played them himself. Pressure on them to produce, yes. But you know what? Don't fear it. Go out there and enjoy it. That's what it's about. That's why you play for this club, to play in big games. And today is just another big game that, you know, we have to turn up. If we don't turn up, then we'll get a doing. So we've got to make sure that we address that first and foremost.
And that's the whole point, isn't it? Being here at United, play these big games. The minute you put that red shirt on, you know, it's these occasions.
Of course it is. Of course it is, against your arch rivals, enemies, whatever they are. You know, every game's a big game and you play at Old Trafford. So playing Liverpool, obviously adds spice to it. The worst thing you want is Liverpool winning the league, winning anything, and we've got a chance of stopping them today. So that would be in my mind if I was walking out today, stopping these winning anything.
Absolutely. So that's all from pitch side now here at Old Trafford. Maisie, thank you. He'll be back with you very shortly, as will the team news. But let's head over to Dallas, where Sully, Coley and Robbo at a fan event.
Yes, we're in downtown Dallas, about to go to the I Love United event and show the Liverpool game on a big screen to loads of crazy fans here in America. Robbo and Coley with me, two Manchester United legends. Coley, you've got the mic, so let's come to you first.
Do you believe we've got to share the mic first and foremost?
It's a great opportunity to see our fans here in Dallas, isn't it? We know from experience all over America that we've got a passionate support base across all of the states.
We certainly have. It's been really nice so far. We've really enjoyed it. So looking forward to the game, like you said, and hopefully we can get a positive result from today and everyone can leave the game happy.
It's going to be tough though, isn't it, Robbo, against the Liverpool team in fantastic form and leading the way in the Premier League, but sometimes in these games form goes out the window?
No, it definitely goes out the window. You know, it's Manchester United v Liverpool. We've got a great record, so like the one-on-ones against Liverpool. I'm sure the boys will be up for it, no matter what team Ollie can select. I know we've got a few injury issues, but the lads will be up for it, and the one thing that I know is guaranteed, the fans are going to be up for it. So if we get off to a good start, anything can happen in the game.
But when you were captain in United through the 80s, Liverpool were dominant, weren't they? So it's kind of like today when Coley was playing for United, we were the dominant force. Is it a bit like the shoes on the other foot at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, they were dominant, but it's like I'm saying, in one-off games. So in the league, you know, we maybe get good results against Liverpool, but they're going to win the title. But in the cups, we always give Liverpool good games, and we more or less won in those cup games. So it just shows what can happen, you know, if you just believe in yourself and you have the confidence to go out and perform against them. And I'm sure the team that Ollie selects will do that. You know, they'll give a good show.
And what did it mean to you, Coley, not just to play in these big games, but to score in them too?
Yeah, this is a massive game. This is the game you always look forward to on the fixture list. Liverpool at home or Liverpool away. And what does it mean to me? It means like 3 points. It's 3 points. You know, the punters love if you can beat Liverpool and get the 3 points. And if you're playing in the game and you're fortunate enough to score in the game, it's a great feeling, because that's when you see the real passion in the fans.
And hopefully we'll see that when we show the event here to the fans a little bit later on. Just a word on Dallas before we talk more about Liverpool a bit later. You've been busy here, Coley, haven't you? What sort of things you've been up to?
Yeah, we went up to the Cowboys training facility yesterday, and I was blown away, absolutely blown away. It's a special facility. You know, we always talk about the Aon training complex, but this place opened my eyes yesterday to what a training complex was all about. It was special. Just to meet the players as well, they were really nice and really polite to us. You know, there was a few of them who understood football, and a few of them were getting really passionate about football as well. So that was good fun as well.
Yeah, it looked a great trip actually to the home of the Dallas Cowboys. Let's take a look and see how the guys got on.
That's how you throw it.
You knocked yourself out there.
Yeah, look, real fantastic trip that, Robbo. What was it like to be there and meet the quarterback, the coach, and many others?
I know that it's like Coley was saying, they were just so tremendous with us. Yeah, you know, they came across, and the kickers, the one lad who places it and then the kicker kicks it, they came across and they were showing us how to hold the ball, to throw it, and you know, did that a few times with them. And then the coach came across and said he would love us to go to the game. Unfortunately, Andy can't go to the game when they play on Sunday, well, tonight. But me and you maybe get there, so you know, that should be a good evening.
And it's going to be really interesting to see the starting lineup today. Robbo and Coley are eagerly awaiting that as well. Will Mason Greenwood be in it? Well, he's just signed a new deal at Manchester United. Here's Ollie on that.
Ollie, it's been a great start for Mason in his sort of professional career, and now he's going to be here long term.
Yeah, he's a boy that we really believe that's going to be important for us in the future, and to sign him now is great for us, but it must be great for the boy as well to know that we believe in him, that the future is here. He's an exceptional goal scorer. Of course, he's young, but he's learning. He's a footballer that just wants to improve, so I can't wait to keep working with him.
Only a young lad, only a teenager, of course, but you think he's got the tools to really flourish at this massive club?
Yeah, I think, well, we've been watching him up through the years, and he's taken every level, and now he stepped into the first team environment and been very positive. Of course, it's as a young boy, it's a new everyday life for him. He trains harder, got to concentrate more, so it's ups and downs, but that's with all kids. I'm sure he's going to be a top player for us.
And you, obviously, as an excellent former Manchester United striker, will appreciate the gifts that he has in terms of finishing.
Yeah, he's a goal scorer, and he scores different varieties of goals. Right foot, left foot, great movements, some strikes from outside the box, inside the box. He needs to improve his heading. He knows that. I'm on to him about this. So, but he can score all sorts of goals.
Yeah, so Mason Greenwood deserving of that new deal. Robbo, why for you, is it a good idea to tie Mason down for a long-term deal?
No, definitely. I think the lad at 17 has proved what a top player he can be. I mean, he's got to work at it, and I'm sure that the club will have told him that when they've given him the new contract. But I think he deserves it, and when you've got a young kid like that who's got so much potential, it's good that we're tying him down rather than him getting to the end of his contract, a bit like Paul Pogba years ago, and he goes to Juventus on a free. You don't want that to happen to your best young kids coming through the academy. So I think the club have made a great move in putting him on a new contract.
And he only just turned 18, didn't he, Coley, a day after the Arsenal game. So much potential to grow and become a real top player.
He certainly has, and what I like about him as well, he's come to the first team and he's done very well. He doesn't look out of his depth, which is the most important thing. But he's a young kid playing with no fear, and he's going to score goals for Manchester United. I think we're all sitting there and we all know that.
In your day, Colin, we were blessed, weren't we, to have you, Yorkie, Teddy and Ollie all up front together, 4 terrific options. We've been a bit short of options up front this season. How, particularly because of the injury to Martial, how do you see it going today? Who do you think will start?
Well, if Martial trained all week, I can see Ollie start with him and just turn around and say to me, give him 70 minutes. I mean, because we need to score goals, and I've said before, and I don't think Marcus is comfortable playing as a centre forward. You know, I think he prefers to play off the left. So I would go with Martial if you can get 70 minutes out of him, and then let's see where we go from there.
Yeah, possibly Marcus on the left, like he did well for England the other day, didn't he? And Dan James maybe on the right, something like that.
No, Marcus, you know, for me, he looks really positive when he's on that left, and he can come in. And he causes people all sorts of problems because of his pace. You know, so for me, if they're fit and they think they're capable of doing it, I definitely go Rashford on the left, Martial through the middle, James on the right, and then Ollie will be into the system where he likes to go and press, and I think we need to go and press and have a really fast start against Liverpool.
Yeah, certainly do. Just before we hand back to Old Trafford, what's your favourite moment of all your games you played against Liverpool, Robbo?
Definitely 85, replay of the semi-final at Main Road, where we win 2-1. I scored probably the best goal I scored for Man United, but we went on to win the FA Cup, so that was, for me, a special moment against Liverpool.
Yeah, bell to that. And Coley, your favourite moment?
My favourite one, Old Trafford, when we come back from a goal down to win 2-1 in the FA Cup. Oh, yeah. That was a real special afternoon, that was.
Ollie and Yorkie getting the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 terrific memories. Let's hope we can create another great memory against Liverpool today. Now, speaking of memories against Liverpool, here's the top 5 games or memories of Liverpool games at Old Trafford.
Lallana. Sterling, real chance. De Gea is there again to save Manchester United. He's nutmegs Allen, well played, pulls it back. Rooney! Space for the cross, in it goes. Van Persie, Mata! Flag stays down, ball goes in, and United score. Evans. Oh dear me. Given away to Sterling. Can he finish Sterling? Oh, David De Gea.
What God's effort's going on there?
David De Gea, you are worth whatever you want in that new contract. Balotelli, great save. Great save onto the crossbar from De Gea.
I don't believe he saved that, the goalkeeper, Stuart. I'll let you say that again. That is an incredible save, that.
Looking for Van Persie, and as far as Mata, Van Persie! He's finished off Liverpool, and it's United 3, Liverpool 0.
His 8-month sentence served for a moment of total madness. His welcome back, a tribute to his footballing genius. Well, all football lovers will be pleased to see him back. Few can match his magnetism. Controlling the ball, not a problem. Controlling himself, well, it's vital now. Here's Cantona. Keane's gone to the far post. And Butt goes in! Cantona has made a goal for Nicky Butt.
Well, that's an incredible start to an incredible afternoon. And sure enough, he's got to be involved right at the heart of it.
Fowler, rush in the centre, Fowler didn't need him. In behind Gary Neville for Fowler, is he in again? He is! magnificently taken. But here's Cantona, finding acceleration. He's got Giggs with him. Penalty. And who's going to take it? The player who took 2 in the FA Cup final, awarded by David Ellery against Chelsea. So Cantona, 70 minutes into his comeback.
Well there, Ebra.
I'll tell you something, Steve, he's played very well today, the left back.
That's a dangerous ball. Oh, and it's hooked away by Ferdinand. That was very nearly an innocuous goal. So was that, and then Cisse puts it over. Well, what a 30 seconds that was. In from Giggs. Oh, what a goal! Rio Ferdinand! Where did he come from? And it's Rio Ferdinand with his 3rd goal for United to win it at the death.
Well, the cast list may change, but the intensity stays exactly the same. It is going to be Mata, who plays it low. Oh my word, what a hit! What a phenomenal strike from Blind! In comes the corner. Skirtle's there, off the line by Blind, a hero at both ends. How's it stayed out? Juan Mata goes off, and here comes the world's most expensive teenager, Anthony Martial, new signing from Monaco, gets his chance to impress Old Trafford. Oh, it's a lovely through ball, Herrera.
He must have got the ball. Oh, he's given a penalty.
You don't save those. United 2, Liverpool 0. Half away. Oh, what a volley. That is absolutely sensational. Schweinsteiger to find past that to Young. Martial, cross comes Skirtle.
He'll take him on, Stuart.
Martial, great skill, Martial! What a debut! Anthony Martial scores for Manchester United on his debut against Liverpool at the Stretford End, the stuff that dreams are made of.
Ah, but what a goal, Stuart!
United haven't had much success in corners so far in this game. What about this one? Berbatov! Great time to score! Dimitar Berbatov late on in the first half, and United lead. Berbatov! Oh my word! That's incredible! That is genius! They'll be showing this goal for years to come. What a start to the season he's having. Pure class from Dimitar Berbatov. Torres, here's a chance. Torres goes down. Penalty. Gerrard. Terrific penalty. Sent Van der Sar the wrong way. It is Gerrard. For the second week running, United have thrown away a 2-goal lead. He finds O'Shea. O'Shea's ball in. Berbatov! Hat-trick! Incredible game! Incredible! Dimitar Berbatov makes it 3-2. Is that going to be the winner?
So here we are then, it's Manchester United, Liverpool, we're at Old Trafford and it is time to get that all-important team news. So here is Stuart.
And the news is a couple of changes from the Newcastle game, if you can remember back a couple of weeks, dropping out Dalot and Mata, coming in, Wan-Bissaka fit again, and Lindelof. Significantly, David De Gea starts. Obviously got injured playing for Spain in midweek, some recovery. He starts. Now we think United have changed formation today. We won't really know, will we, until the game starts, but it does look very much as though United have changed formation. So, David De Gea in goal. It looks like it could well be a back three with Lindelof, Tuanzebe and Maguire. The wing-backs, Bissaka and Young, with Fred and McTominay in the heart of the midfield. And I suspect Pereira will be the furthest midfielder forward, almost in the number 10 role, with James and Rashford an extremely pacey front two. So looking at those players, you would expect it to be a back three or a back five, but of course we'll find out when the game starts, won't we? On the bench, Romero, Mata, Martial, welcome back to him after missing a couple of months, Rocco, Greenwood, young James Garner and Brandon Williams, so some youth on the Manchester United bench. Liverpool, Alisson is back after missing 10 games through injury, but Mo Salah not involved at all today. He hasn't recovered from injury, so that's a bit of a blow perhaps. Alisson in goal, back for Alexander-Arnold, Matip, who's fit, Van Dijk and Robertson. Midfield three, Wijnaldum, Fabinho and Henderson, who comes into the side today instead of Milner. Then the front three, we suspect Mane to the right, Firmino through the middle and Origi to the left-hand side for Liverpool, who are without Mo Salah, not involved at all today. A couple of changes for United, and we think a change of shape. So plenty to talk about there. That's the team news.
So, the all-important team news is David De Gea starts. I'm joined here right now with David May and Danny Webber. Guys, how important is it to see David De Gea on the team sheet?
I think it's a huge boost. Obviously, the way he went out in the game against Sweden for Spain the other day left everybody a little bit nervous, but to have him back in the sticks for us, it's a massive plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it's best. For me, he's still the best keeper in the world, and he's made a few ricks over the last 5-6 months, but for me, he's still the best goalkeeper. He really is, and big boost for us.
One thing we should say is that starting lineup, as it was laid out, sort of as a formation, we don't know that's exactly what the players are going to do. That's our best guess at the players available. Yeah. Do you think that's what it will be? Would you expect to see a back three?
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd look at that, and you look at Tuanzebe, who's coming in majority of the time, you'd want him playing centre half. With Lindelof and Maguire, you'd say so. Otherwise, you'd be a little bit out of balance with Ashley Young playing on the left-hand side. So, yeah, definitely. Wan-Bissaka can do that job, and Young's done it often enough for United as well.
And then equally, would you expect to see Dan James maybe playing as a centre-forward there, essentially with Marcus Rashford?
Well, I think with them two up front, what you're blessed with is blistering pace. And I think that's the way we've got to do. We've got to attack them. We've got to attack them with pace. I think with Wan-Bissaka, flying down the right, obviously Youngie will be down the left as well. Gives us a little bit more width. Could struggle in midfield, I think. Fred and Scott in there. I think Scott's been fantastic this season.
Yeah.
But I think there's no real old heads in there to calm the lads down and dictate the play. But listen, it's the strongest we've got, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay, well, we should have a look at Liverpool's team as well. The most obvious thing, of course, is that Mo Salah isn't playing. Danny, you said before we heard the team news that you thought Ashley Young would get a run out because he does so well against Mo Salah historically. Doesn't have to worry about it today.
No, he doesn't. He's a different threat they pose with Origi. But you often find, I have done in the past, when one of the front three of Liverpool is out, they're normally not as fluid as they can be, because those three are normally telepathic. So, Origi stands on his own 2 feet and he's good within his own right. But I think Salah being out is a miss for them.
Okay. Well, it sounds bad, but Mo Salah has no goals and no assists in his appearances in his career against Manchester United. So maybe an advantage for them. Maybe he doesn't like playing it. Anyway, we'll go on to hear from the manager now. Here's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who's in the tunnel with Stuart.
Ollie, first of all, David De Gea, good news that he's okay. It's quite a recovery from midweek.
Yeah, he was desperate to play, adamant he was going to make it, and as I said on the press conference on Friday, it wasn't as bad as feared. It looked really bad when he hobbled off, but no muscle damage, which is great for us.
And Aaron's back, and is it just gradually looking a little bit better, the whole sort of situation injury-wise?
Yeah, of course, when you got quality players like David fit, Aaron back, Anthony now available on the bench, so he can come on and hopefully make a difference for us when he does. He's not ready for a full game yet, so I think we're looking at brighter times. Of course, now is not today. That's what matters. It's a game that we're looking to cause them problems.
Finally, for you in the Premier League, is this still the game?
Doesn't matter if it's Premier League or Champions League or whatever, World Cup, this is the biggest game, and I've had so many great memories against Liverpool. Some bad ones. Let's make sure this is a good one to remember.
Good luck, thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It doesn't matter if it's the Champions League or the World Cup, this is the game. Those are the words of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer ahead of this one. Maisie, what do you make of that? How big is this game to the people that will be here today?
It's massive. It's the first game you look for, you know, when you play Liverpool. And I think the lads today need to turn up because they're flying at the moment. You know, there could be 18 on the bounce, Premier League games. Somebody has to stop them. And what a better place to do it at Old Trafford. It's going to be tough, we know that. But as long as the lads turn up and run the socks off, get into the faces, be aggressive, then you have a chance. If you let them have the ball and dictate play, then it could be a long day for us. But I'm hoping we can score early. If we can get an early goal, settle the crowd, then we can go on from there. If they get one, then it could be a long day.
Well, United haven't lost this season when they've scored the first goal.
Yeah.
They have lost every game in which they've conceded the first goal. Danny, how important do you think that's going to be today? Do you expect us to come out and try and get an early goal, or with that formation, do you think we might sit back, try and cope with some of the pressure?
I think, as Maisie said, that's the dream start for us to, you know, get in front, and then we've got something to gives everybody a lift around here. But I think the important thing is we win the fight. We make it. You know, we win the game by fighting, scrapping, putting it in our favour, and then making sure that when we get our chances, we do take the chances. Because, you know, Van Dijk at the back for them, solid. They've got their preferable back four and goalkeeper back in. So when we get our chances, we've got to be clinical.
Maisie, how easy is it for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to do his team talk today? Because he knows personally, if you score a winner against Liverpool, your name will be remembered here forever. Like Dimitar Berbatov, obviously Ryan Giggs scored a penalty that won the game, Rio Ferdinand, John O'Shea, Diego Forlan, Marcus Rashford, Anthony Martial, Juan Mata, players that are in the squad that know what it means to get a winner against this lot. What will he have told them, do you think?
This game, you don't need any motivation. You know, if you can't get up for this game, you shouldn't be at the club. I said that earlier on, and I stand by it. This is the biggest game. It is. You know, it's your arch rivals. They're flying at the moment, and we've got to make sure that, you know, Danny says, if everyone wins their own battles, you've got a great chance. And when the chances come, because we have had chances in, you know, numerous games, and we haven't taken them chances. If we don't take our chances, then it could be a long day. We've got to take the chances whenever they come. You know, whether it's the last minute, the first minute, we've got to take them.
OK, well, Liverpool haven't struggled to take their chances so far this season, so we'll have a look at their form. Here's our scout report.
This is the Scout Report. Manchester United host Liverpool on Sunday at Old Trafford, and Premier League fixtures don't come much bigger than this one. A rivalry built on the battle for silverware. There's no love lost between these two Northwest giants. Liverpool have a 100% record so far this campaign in the Premier League. The only blemish on their winning run in all competitions came in the Champions League, where Italian side Napoli defeated Jurgen Klopp's men for a second successive season. Liverpool have now won 17 consecutive top-flight games, and a win against United would see them equal Manchester City's record of 18 victories in a row, and also equal Chelsea's sequence of 9 wins from 9 games to start a new Premier League season. United and Liverpool are the two most successful clubs in English football, with 42 major trophies apiece. It's arguably the biggest fixture on the Premier League calendar, and United have the upper hand when it comes to the head-to-head stats. The two sides have met 55 times, with United winning 28, drawing 13, and Liverpool have come out on top on 14 occasions. There have been many memorable moments in this fixture, none more so than this in 2010. Step forward, Dimitar Berbatov.
Takes on Konchesky. Berbatov. Berbatov! Oh my word! That's incredible! That is genius! They'll be showing this goal for years to come.
Jurgen Klopp arrived at Anfield 4 years ago, following an impressive 7-year stay with Borussia Dortmund, where he achieved back-to-back Bundesliga titles plus a German Cup. He also guided them to the 2013 Champions League final, where they lost out to Bayern Munich at Wembley. Since moving to Anfield, Klopp has reached a Europa League final and 2 Champions League finals, the second of which saw his side lift the European Cup. The German has just been awarded September's Premier League Manager of the Month, having already scooped the prize in August.
We have to be very, very lively. We have to be emotional as much as allowed. We have to be fluent. We have to be very clear in a lot of moments, and we have to respect their strength, and that's what we do. This is a really good football side. It's a really good football team, and what they have there in a situation which they don't like, so they want to change it, and we have to make sure that if they want to change it, they have to start with that a week later. That's all.
Virgil van Dijk signed for Liverpool from Southampton in January 2018 for £75 million, a then world record fee for a defender. He has since become one of the top centre-backs in world football and has been a commanding presence in the heart of Liverpool's back line. After a string of impressive performances, Van Dijk was named the PFA Player of the Year last season and also has since won the UEFA Player of the Year award as well. Rotterdam-born midfielder Georginio Wijnaldum moved to the Premier League in 2015 when Newcastle bought him from PSV Eindhoven. The Dutch midfielder only spent 1 season in the North East, where they were relegated to the Championship, despite Wijnaldum catching the eye and chipping in with 11 goals for the Magpies. He moved to Liverpool after that season for a reported fee of £25 million. He's become a central figure in the engine room of Liverpool's midfield and continues to impress under the guidance of Jurgen Klopp. Our key man to focus on this week is Senegalese forward Sadio Mane. The 27-year-old started his career at Metz in France before moving to Red Bull Salzburg in the summer of 2012. In 2 seasons in Austria, he bagged 31 goals and Southampton snapped him up for just under £12 million. His form on the South Coast caught the eye of plenty of Premier League sides, but it was Liverpool who made their move in 2016. He's scored 67 times in a Liverpool shirt so far, with 8 in all competitions this season. His strike against Leicester last time out was his 50th Premier League goal for Liverpool in 100 appearances. Former Liverpool striker Neil Mellor made 22 appearances for the club, scoring 6 goals. He knows all about what this fixture means.
There's little doubt about it. Liverpool certainly full of confidence at the moment, whereas Manchester United find themselves in an unfamiliar position, certainly in terms of form and position in the table. But Liverpool now, this is always a tough game. At Old Trafford, it's an atmosphere like no other that Liverpool experience. And despite United's poor form so far this season, I fully expect the atmosphere to be with the team and making it difficult for Liverpool, despite Liverpool being full of confidence and looking forward to this game.
The last time the two sides met in February this year, the game ended in a stalemate. But back in March 2018, Marcus Rashford single-handedly won the game for United with this brace in the first half.
Now Rashford, a little bit of space. Rashford, still Rashford! Electrifying goal! Marcus Rashford, strong, good ball that. Rashford! What a dream this is for Marcus Rashford. He scored 2 against Liverpool.
Looking at that, we know Liverpool have started the season very well. They're looking for a record, is it 18th, 19th victory today. The bookies do not favour United, despite the fact that we're at home. Do you think the pessimism that exists in those senses is accurate, or do you think there's no reason why we can't, just like we saw Marcus Rashford doing then, get a couple of goals and see this one out?
I think if you look at the bigger picture, they're flying. They really are. We're stop-starting, but we're at home. We're Man United, and it's the lads' duty, and it's up to them to go out on this pitch today and put a performance on. There's 70,000 people there coming to cheer them on week in, week out. They've got to turn up today, and all right, yeah, it's against Liverpool, so what? Could be against anyone. you're representing the club and you're playing for the biggest team in the world. So it's a duty to those lads that Ollie's picked to turn up and put on a performance. If you do your job in this game, if you do your job, and whoever you're against, they don't score, then you've done your job. And it's, you know, there's going to be battles out there, everybody. And if you win your war, we said it earlier on, you win your battle, then we've got a great chance.
Well, at this point, after this many games last season, we'd conceded 16 times. This season, it's 11. So you'd say the back four are really doing their jobs. And we heard David De Gea saying that we need to get more goals. Do you think there's now more pressure on the likes of Dan James, the likes of Marcus Rashford, in a game like this, where if the back four can keep a clean sheet, they've absolutely done their job. We need to make sure we score.
Well, if you keep a clean sheet, you start with a point anyway, 0-0. But we've got to take our chances. Marcus has got to take his chances when he goes through. You know, Dan James does. Whoever goes through, you know, Scott, even Maguire, his header at Newcastle, he's got to score that goal, that chance. And it's these little bits that, you know, over the season will hurt us. We've got to take our chances. We've got to take the chances. And today is the best time to take them against these.
Danny, obviously, Marcus scored on international duty, so that lovely goal.
Yeah.
What do you think his confidence will be like coming into this game now, having scored a goal? It's been a while, there'd been a bit of criticism, but he's going to come in, we've had a nice break, he scored.
I think he'll have fire in his belly. You know, we will do. That'll give him a little bit of, you know, any goal. If it had been a 2-yard tap in, it would have been the same. As a striker, when you score, you're waiting for the next game. So hopefully that will continue into today. And, you know, he scored the goal. We saw it in the VT there. Similar kind of place against Liverpool a couple of years ago that he did. The goal he scored for England. He's got it in his locker. He's just got to be a willing runner, go through. And when he goes through, back himself. You know, he's got to believe in himself when he gets in those positions, because he can score a lot of goals if he does. Yeah.
Well, David De Gea, we can see is out warming up. You might have heard the fans cheering as they came out. We haven't seen the rest of the players yet. But how excited are you that David De Gea is starting? Because people didn't expect him to be.
Looking at the bigger picture, you know, even if Romero played, because I think we've got the best number 2 in the world as well.
Yeah.
You know, for an Argentinian to be Argentina's number 1 to be here at this club says a lot. So I wasn't too worried about, you know, whether David were going to start. Obviously, he's a top goalkeeper. I wanted to see our strongest team. I want Pogba to be fit and Martial to be fit. I know he's on the bench today, but we'll only know how good this team is when everybody's fully fit and back playing again, because you know, we need a fully fit squad, and we're a little bit bare at the moment.
Okay. Moving ahead of De Gea, directly ahead, is Axel Tuanzebe. We've had a chat with him, and here it is.
Break. It was a good break. Time to kind of clear our heads and focus on the next stint. Obviously, it's a big start to this next stint, and we want to have a positive run. So yeah, we have a couple of days to build up with the team before the first game Sunday.
So far this season, we've seen you play at centre back, obviously, and right back and left back as well. How do you feel like you fit in across the back line? You're happy to play anywhere? Yeah,
obviously some of them are not my natural position, and all I can do is just try my best for the team. You know, the manager will put me there for a reason, and if he needs me to play up front, you know, I'll do the best I can for the team, and that's what it's about kind of right now, and it's the bigger picture and doing what you can do for the team.
And you played next to Harry Maguire at St James's Park last week. What's he like to play with, and what qualities can you learn from him?
Yeah, Harry's a calm character. You know, calm on the ball, calm when defending. So he's a good player, and he's been a good addition to the team. But again, just like the rest of the centre backs that I've played with, they've all been good players, good people, good characters, and obviously once called upon, they can all do a good job.
Now Axel Tuanzebe is the Manchester United captain, and he is leading out his side against his hometown club.
Yeah, I think we're growing up. A lot of the lads, I don't know, kind of looked up to me. I always wanted to do what was right. So I think that's kind of been with me all my life. So yeah, here we are, and those are my personal ambitions and aspirations for the team. But you know, my main focus right now is just about winning games and and getting the team to perform where I know we can be performing. It's huge to me, it's huge to my family, it's huge to my friends. You know, I'm already getting messages now about make sure you beat Liverpool. You know, yeah, it's always been a big rivalry. Growing up, it's been a big rivalry. Playing them in academy age groups has been a big rivalry. Yeah, you know, it could be a game where you could win or you could get embarrassed, and you know, we're confident. We're confident in our week's preparation. Confident in the players that we have to win the game.
Fabinho, he chips a ball into the box. Mane's there, takes it down on his chest and scores for Liverpool.
There's always you can always remember the losses. It's harder to remember the victories because they don't stick as much. You know, you beat them, you're happy, but the losses stick with you for a while. It wasn't my personal victory, but I do remember our youth team beating Liverpool 3-2 in the FA Youth Cup semi-final. I think winning that game meant that they won the competition. So that was a big game, it was a tough game, it was brutal. But yeah, that's one of the games I remember.
Obviously we've not been getting great results recently, but how important is it to get back to winning ways, hopefully starting with Sunday? Yeah, it'd mean a lot to us, it'd mean a lot to the fans. You know, just boost confidence, have us you know, on a snowball effect and on getting a winning momentum. I think that's what we need right now to kind of get us back on track and playing the football we know we can play. You mentioned the fans there. Do you expect a special extra boost at Old Trafford on Sunday? Most definitely. I expect a full stadium, fans singing their hearts out, us playing our hearts out. So, you know, I expect some big things from this game weekend. And most importantly, I expect us to win.
Okay.
Axel Tuanzebe seems so mature and so calm for his age, and the fact that he's captain Manchester United, all of that on his shoulders. Do you think that's his personality? Why do you think he is so relaxed about it all?
I think he's always been like that as a character. You know, he's a highly educated lad as well, and he just seems to take things in his stride. I think you know, he's captained United through the youth teams, and he also draw on confidence the fact that he's been out last season and played at Villa. He knows he's had a robust season in the Championship, and he knows he can handle the physical and everything else that comes with playing in the Premier League. So, you know, he's got no qualms to go out there with any doubt as to why, you know, he can be a top Manchester United player.
Okay, Maisie obviously used to play in the back four.
Yeah.
How do you expect this back three to turn out today? What sort of role would you expect Axel to have in it?
I think Harry will be the one in the middle who will try and conduct it. And I would imagine that Victor and Axel, if we play three at the back, they'll probably go tight and mark the two centre forwards.
A lot of booing.
It's not for you, that, mate. It's not for you.
I don't think, obviously, they've not had much time to work on playing three at the back, but they're more than capable of doing that. Danny touched on how well Axel's been playing. I'm surprised, we actually mentioned it earlier, you know, if he keeps playing the way he's playing, he'll eventually push Victor out. I think he's that good. You know, he had a fantastic season last year down at Villa, and he's getting his chance now and he's reaping the rewards.
Okay. Right, we're going to go now to Kirsty, who is roaming around inside the suites at Old Trafford.
Yes, thank you, Sam. I'm absolutely delighted to be here at Old Trafford. It's going to be a big rivalry game today, and Manchester United are going to be hoping to end Liverpool's very, very successful few past games. I'm here joined by Dan, who is our winner on Kicking Off this week. So Dan, how was it to be on Kicking Off? And congratulations for winning.
Thank you. Yeah, it was amazing. Like seeing Wes Brown on on the telly. It was just it was a big experience for me. And thank you for everyone voting for me at home. Sam was really nice as well to me, and it was a great experience. And luckily I won it, which was amazing.
Well, we've got something to give you today. So I would like to award you with this shirt for you today. Okay, this is for you. Congratulations. Now, you spoke so passionately about United. What are you hoping from your team here today?
A win. Liverpool and Manchester United is the biggest rivalry in entire football itself for me, because Manchester United are the biggest club in the world and Liverpool are big rivals of us, so we want to win the game. And if we could stop them winning the league and maybe even stop their winning run, we would be on a massive high for the season, and hopefully we can get a big result we can set us off.
And score predictions?
1-0 Manchester United.
What?
I think we've got to try and get past Liverpool. We've got to try and go at them 1v1. We've got to trust our abilities, because if you're at Manchester United, you've got to at least have something in you. So I think we can do quite well today.
Has been a difficult time for the team at the moment. Confidence does play a big part on football, okay? But United are unbeaten 6 times at home against Liverpool. How much confidence do you think that will give the team going ahead in today's match?
See, I think it's not about confidence in the players. I think they don't need any confidence for this game, because it's the biggest game in English football. And I think we need to just be brave and keep the run going. Liverpool better not beat us today, because our season's off on a downhaul if they do. So we've got to get in there and try and win the game.
Dan, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here today. I love your passion, your confidence in the team. Please shake my hand.
Thank you.
It's lovely to have you here.
Interview me as well.
Oh, it's lovely to have you here. And now it's time to take a look at who's going to be United's mascot for today.
Bromley Primary School in Stockport, and today we're surprising a special young girl called Poppy. Basically, the idea was we had to pick a student that we thought was being really good towards the Be Fair Premier League value aspect, and in the after school club she was just a standout. She was there the first each week, really eager to learn, getting people involved, so we just thought, you know what, we really deserve to give her an opportunity, so hopefully she likes it. So we're going to surprise her now, see what she has to say. Poppy, can you just borrow you for a minute, is that okay? Yeah. You seen those guys before?
Hi Poppy, we've heard you and your dad are really big Manchester United fans, and we'd love to have you down as our mascot for the Manchester United versus Liverpool game. Really look forward for you to saying yes, and we hope that you can come. We'll see you soon.
See you soon. What do you think of that? Yeah, is that all right?
What did you think when you saw that message on the iPad?
I'm quite excited.
Oh, do you think we're going to beat Liverpool?
I think we might draw.
Draw?
Or win just by a last minute goal. Wow.
Okay, so now we have a clip to show you of something we've been making that we're quite excited about and we think you might enjoy.
Obviously, you'd been at big clubs before United, but making your debut against Liverpool, what did that feel like for you?
Myself, honestly. And
did you understand the rivalry beforehand?
No, to be honest, no. Another game for me, and I always try to approach the games, even with Spurs and Arsenal, like another game. Not overthinking so much. Yeah. Yes, big teams, big players, but still, you win it, you lose it, you try to do your best. But in that Liverpool game, Sir Alex is coming, I'm tying my shoes, and he's like, Berbs, let me introduce you to...
Sir Bobby?
To Sir Bobby, yeah. And I'm like, what the boss? I'm trying to concentrate here in the game.
You don't need any more pressure.
Come on, is that the right moment to do that? Thinking, not saying it. You know, it's like, nice to meet you, you know, big honor and stuff, but, you know, and that's it. But thinking in the game, how to do something in the game. This was a funny story, but then you switch and try to think about the game. And in the end, it didn't finish our way. We lost 2-1, I think, if I remember correctly. But I was nervous before that because my dream was coming true now, and standards are high, and you need to keep up to that. And, you know, I was really nervous.
Years later, though, you'd be the first man in, what, 68 maybe years to score a hat-trick against Liverpool?
Yeah, that was a nice feeling. That was a nice feeling. Still didn't know about that before the game, obviously.
Yeah.
They didn't know. And still, you know, I scored hat-tricks before that, obviously. But because it's Liverpool, if it was like some other team, it's not going to be a big deal. But because it's Liverpool, obviously, how do you say, the weight is on the goals is more important. And people remember that overhead kick most of the time. But for me, the next goal with the head is the one that won the game because it was the 3 points. And then I feel good, to be honest. I felt good. Didn't show it. But inside I was like, well, yeah.
How did you celebrate evenings like that?
Yeah, I'll
Just
tell you
at home
another
with
funny
your
story.
family?
Another funny story. Driving with my car home after the game, half an hour when I go home, reminiscing about the game. You know how it is after the game, thinking, what did I do wrong? What I can do better next time? Smiling when you remember the goals you score. You feel good. You listen to the music. Maybe you want to do another round around with the car. Just feel good. And then I go home. You know, my wife was there. And I think I already had my first kid. And like starting to say, well, the king of the world is coming home. You know, good, my king. But now go out there and throw the trash away.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So
Straight back to earth.
Yeah, so you take the trash. I was still smiling though. You take the trash, throw it away. I guess these kind of things can keep you grounded in a way.
Yeah.
You know, even you can afford to smile what you've done, but you have someone next to you who can, she appreciate what I've done as well, but maybe she knows how to treat and say, okay, next game maybe is coming, so now go take the
her
trash.
priority is the rubbish. It's not you when it's scoring goals.
I always try to think and keep me grounded because actually my father every time used to tell me story of players much more talented than me who were growing up, but because of bad choices or we Balkans like life too much. Money and girls and stuff like this, they gone the wrong way and after a while disappear.
If you could go back and relive one match or one moment of your career, it doesn't have to be Manchester United, don't worry. We would like it to be, but what do you think that you would choose?
Oh, probably it's going to be Manchester United. Come on. I mean, and just to rub more on the und, it's going to be, you know, Liverpool that game, for sure.
Yeah.
That was great game. There was something special. Even for that game, for example, I'm a modest guy, but I'm going to get out of my comfort zone now and say that even players or people who didn't appreciate what I've done before that, they were thinking, well, there must be something here, you know, because of the goals and the result and against Liverpool. And I felt good after that. And it was in Liverpool. We beat them 3-2. And in that season, we overcome the record of league titles.
Yeah.
Like 19.
Yeah.
19 to 18,
purely
yeah.
because of that, we are immortal. You know?
Knock them off their perch.
Yeah, exactly.
So the United podcast is coming very soon. As you saw, we had a lovely chat with Dimitar Berbatov, didn't we?
Very good. Yeah, first time I've ever met him. Yeah, and he was a brilliant bloke. And the other podcasts we have done are well worth a good listen to.
Yeah, we've had some very good guests. We will have other former players, we'll have some current players, and we've sort of found that in that environment, people are a lot less guarded because they're not got cameras everywhere. It's not like a proper formal conversation. We just spend a couple of hours having a chat about football. And when they do come out, which is very soon, I hope we'll all enjoy them. Shall we get back to this, though? Danny, the players are all out. Who are you looking at out there? Who are you thinking they look up for this? They look ready.
Well, I think we've just been watching him for the past few minutes. Everybody, you know, and it's not just a scattergun approach. It's, you know, everybody looks like they're focused on the ball, watching even the subs warm up, and they've got their heads on it, and as they should do. So, I'm expecting us
We've got to set the tone today.
Set the tone, exactly.
We do. We have to set the tone. If we start well, be aggressive. You know, the first tackle in games is important. If you can wire into somebody, get the crowd up, get the momentum going, then you've got a chance.
But we've talked about the starting 11. We can see Anthony Martial warming up. He's on the bench. Yeah. Also on the bench, Juan Mata, who has more goals against Liverpool than anybody else in our side today. And of course, someone like Mason Greenwood, who might get an early opportunity. Who do you think on that bench, maybe Martial is the obvious answer, could be a game changer for us if we need them?
Well, I mean, Martial, yeah. You know, you saw what he did a few years ago in front of Stretford End. Yeah. Good to see him back. It's important that he's back. But it's those 11 that are starting that need to, set the tone. And if he needs to bring somebody on, then Martial's, a great option for us.
Okay, right, we're going to head to Dallas now, where Sully is an I Love United fan party.
Time here to catch up with some of the fans at the event. The 4 lads from the Dallas Reds. Let's get a name check. Introduce yourself.
Ricardo. Kyle D'Souza. Zahran.
Amar Nazarali.
Good to meet you guys. We're here for the big game. Man United against Liverpool. Going to show it on the big screen behind you. How excited are you for the game?
Very excited. I'm hella excited today. Yeah.
What do you think our chances are?
You want me to be realistic or you want...
Be realistic, come on.
Well, I'm hoping for a draw, 1-1 draw. But with all these injuries, it's going to be a tough game. So I'm just hoping for a draw.
It will be a tough game, won't it? Liverpool are a good side, but form can go out the window in these games.
Yeah, I think 2-1 United is what I'd say. It's one of those matches that United tend to rise to the occasion. You go back all the way to the 70s when we played Liverpool in the FA Cup final. They were going for the treble. Tommy Docherty's men ended up winning, and we stopped them from winning the treble, and we did that in '99. We're the only team to do it. So there is that sense that United can always do something when it matters the most.
Yeah, we hope that's today. Who could be the key men for us?
For us, I think if Anthony Martial comes back into the side, his finishing, his control at pace, I think there's not many players in the Premier League that are at that level, and I think he can make the difference today if he does play.
Yeah, big player. Liverpool got a lot of talented players in their team as well. Who are you wary of in the Liverpool team?
I think right now the man in form is Sadio Mane. So I think it's very important that we get Wan-Bissaka back in the starting 11, and then I think Sadio Mane won't have such an influence in the game.
Yeah, that's a good shout actually. You could mark him well, couldn't he? And finally, guys, it's great to be here in Dallas in the sunshine. Just how big are United here?
Very big. They're one of the biggest clubs everywhere, so it's got to be extremely big here. You know what I'm saying? So.
And it's good to be here with Robbo and Coley as well, two United legends.
Exactly. It's amazing. It's fantastic that they come out to Dallas and recognize us and spend time with us. You don't get these experiences every day, and it just shows how great this club is in terms of the family atmosphere, the appreciation for fans, and how warm and welcoming everyone's been to everyone in Dallas.
Thanks, guys. Pleasure to spend the time here with you. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to get a result, right?
3 points.
100%. Now, the man obviously trying to stop us doing that is Jurgen Klopp. Let's hear his thoughts in his pre-match press conference.
Premier League games, all of them are really intense. So it's like the build-up is always pretty similar. It depends a little bit to the kickoff time, but that's it. You have sometimes more time when you play night and lesser time when you play 12. But that's all. It's always this kind of build up, and intensity grows and grows and grows, and then first whistle and go for it. So the things around, I wouldn't have really realized the difference to other games if here would not be like 500 people in the room. So for me, it's the same preparation with the specific things we have to be prepared, which they do. So whatever they do, we have to be prepared for that, and that's what we try. But the other things are not more different. It's all about the fuss is around us. We are not that much involved. We know, we feel it. But that's the positive part of excitement. We are really looking forward to play that game, and if somebody tells us we never won there since I'm in or whatever, I wouldn't have known because I don't think about these things. But yeah, then let's try it at least for the first time, really. And if we cannot win, then let's perform in the best possible way. And if they beat us then congratulations.
Yeah, but you had similar situations as Solskjaer in the beginning in Liverpool. Do you have any advice for him?
You really think you can fly over from Norway and ask me that question? Wow. No, he doesn't need. It's come on, he's in that club altogether for like, I don't know, 10, 15 years. I don't know how long he was there as a player. He knows everything there. He has made his experience in as a manager in football. I know people think sometimes that the manager has to manage like Real Madrid before he can take over Barcelona, whatever, that you know how it works on that level. But that's of course not the truth. It's really, he knows what he has to do. It just has to work out. That's how it is for all of us. That's why so many managers get the sack at one point. If some people internally lose the patience, then we have to go. But you never can compare these situations, and I don't think that they are too famous to make like quick, nervous decisions on that position. So They didn't have to in the last 20 years. Now they had to change it 1 or 2 or 3 times. I don't know exactly. That's how it is. But from my point of view, it looks like he's settled there. They all knew it will be a difficult job to do because nobody loses against you because you are Liverpool or because you are Man United. It's about the things you do on the pitch. But on the other side, they are all on their toes and really motivated when you come there and have the big name. So that's part of the big challenge we all face. But I don't think you have to worry about Ole. He's in a good position and has the chance to win at the weekend a game, and we want to make sure that that will not happen. That's it.
Jurgen Klopp obviously pretty enthusiastic about his team's chances today. He also suggested that maybe they would show Ollie why he was wrong, to say that this was the perfect opportunity, the perfect game for United on the back of some poor results. But he has never won as Liverpool manager at Old Trafford. Do you think that would be in his head?
I think this is probably one of the most confident he'll be going into a game at Old Trafford. You know, his side are flying, obviously, been winning games consistently. United are depleted, struggling with injuries, and the form hasn't been great. So from his point of view, he'll be thinking, you know, this is a great time to get one over on United. From United's point of view, it's about going out there and making sure that's not the case. You know, I keep saying about winning the fight, and it's about winning the fight because, you know, you allow them to play, you allow them to get their tails up, they're going to enjoy themselves. That's not what it's about. It's about us making sure we stamp our authority on the game. Wes used to do it very well. Yeah. You know, in games like this, you go and nail somebody early on. It's not about hurting somebody, it's just about letting your opponent know you're there, and that's the sort of thing we need to do today. Okay.
Well, imagine Harry Maguire, we can see, he's just behind us, he'll have that in his head. Another player with an important role today is Andreas Pereira.
Yeah.
We can see him warming up and getting ready. Of course, he's playing just behind, we think, the 2 forwards in Marcus Rashford and Dan James. Creatively, is there a more important person on the pitch today than him?
Well, he needs to really start putting he's getting game time now, which is what he's wanted for a while. He needs to start putting his performances into numbers, goals and assists, you know, really making things happen and having them product. I've got no doubt in the fact that he'll run around and, you know, get his foot in and that kind of thing, but he needs to relate that now into numbers and step up and show why, you know, that's a position for him in the future continuously.
Okay, and I suppose this is a perfect game for him to do that. It's a big game, everybody's watching. Step up today, position's his.
Well, you wouldn't say it's a given it's his, but it goes some way as to people, you know, as a manager thinking that, you know what, he can do it on a consistent basis in big games.
Yeah.
And so far, you know, he has played a lot of the games recently, and when you're in that position, the onus is on you to be creating, the onus is on you to be scoring goals. You have to be chipping in, so hopefully today he can get on the score sheet and have a positive effect on United going forward.
Well, he'll certainly have that ambition, and I know that because we caught up with him earlier in the week.
I think now it means a lot to us. You know, it's one of the most important games of the year. It's the derby. We absolutely want to win this game. We will do absolutely everything to win it. We know we're not living the best moment now. We're not getting results, but I think, you know, it's a derby. It's always a different game. We absolutely want to win it. Everyone at the club, everyone in the team, the staff, everyone wants to do everything to win the game, and I think it can be a nice bounce back, a nice lift for us to win this game and then start getting results. You can compare it with Boca River, Santos Corinthians, Flamengo Fluminense. It's a derby, you know. It's one of the biggest. It's like the Clásico, like Real Madrid Barça. It's one of the biggest games in England, in the world. Everyone will be watching. But the most important for us, for the fans, we have to get the result. It's a difficult game, it's a derby. It's nice to play, I like the atmosphere, you know, but last year I played against Liverpool, I came in. It was a difficult game, but like you said, coming through the academy, I'm used to playing these games against Liverpool. I know what it's about, I know how important it is, and yeah, and hopefully we can do a good job.
2014 at Anfield, semi-final, the Under-21 Cup.
Yeah.
At Anfield as well, what a great strike that was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a great strike.
And you scored against them as well in a friendly, I think, in Michigan, so you got a couple of goals.
Yeah, I got a couple goals against Liverpool. Yeah, hopefully can get a goal next Sunday.
You mentioned the game, the 0-0 last time we played at Old Trafford. Was that an unusual game? We had so many injuries in that match, didn't we?
Yeah, it was. I started on the bench that game and came on very early. Of course, in these kind of games, you're always ready to get in and fight and do the job. So it was a fight that game, 0-0. But yeah, it was my first experience to play in the first team against Liverpool.
Couple of goals from him today would be excellent. Something I should tell you that just Danny and I have noticed, earlier in the warm-up, Axel Tuanzebe left the field, and we've now seen Marcos Rojo doing warm-up alongside Harry Maguire, Victor Lindelof. We don't know, nothing's been confirmed that Axel is out or Axel is injured. It's just things that we've seen stood here. Thought we'd make you aware. If that was the case and Rojo came in, would that change your thinking about the shape of the team's approach to the game?
No, if that was the case, it would be like for like. You know, Rojo, he's a warrior. You know, it's one thing I like about him. He gets stuck in, he always gives his all no matter what. But positionally, he'll just sit on the left-hand side of the three. Yeah. So I don't think if that is the case, it would make any difference at all.
Okay, right, it's now to hand over to our commentary team. Here's Stuart and Paddy.
Thank you very much indeed from our team at pitchside, and it is very, very busy down there at pitchside. The whole of the world is at Old Trafford today to see this one. Pat, still the game, isn't it? Still the game.
This is the big game, Stuart. Even going back to my time, it was always Liverpool. But unfortunately, back in my day, it was a situation, if we beat Liverpool, we would win the league, and if they beat us, they would win the league. For 4 years in a row, that went on. But at the present moment in time, it's a two-horse race in the league between Liverpool and Manchester City. And it's great when I'm at home with my kids, well, they're not kids now, and you ask them who they want to win the league. I'll tell you something. Arguments, fights, all sort of things. And my son Patrick, who's the maddest United fan, he said City. Can you imagine? It's just crazy.
Liverpool fans, a lot of them have bought inflatable European Cups and number 6 for 6-time winners, but in situations like this, you've just got to take your medicine, haven't you? You've just got to accept
I just think that the rivalry between the fans is fantastic, sure, and it creates a great atmosphere within the stadium, do you know that? So, well, if it was the other way around, we'd be doing the same, so that's the way it goes in football.
Something that Sam just mentioned there has been confirmed now, and that is Axel Tuanzebe picking up an injury in the warm-up, so Marcos Rojo starts, Phil Jones takes his place on the bench. So that's a blow, isn't it? Axel Tuanzebe, who's been absolutely excellent for Manchester United, is replaced by Marcos Rojo, starts. If United are going with a back three, of course, it would just mean that Rojo is the sort of left-hand side of that back three. We'll wait and see, but that's a shame, isn't it?
Well, if you're a player, Stuart, it's so hurtful. You're thinking you're all prepared to go out there and play, and all of a sudden, bang, you get an injury. But I don't understand it, Stuart. And going back to my day, being boring as usual. Everybody in the dressing room done all the stretching exercises, and then you went out to the pitch to warm up 10 minutes from the game starting. I think doing stretching exercises is possibly the most important thing. That's maybe what's happened to him. He's pulled something, and it's a shame when you're ready for the game and all that sort of thing. But the way United are playing as well, it doesn't matter. It's another change. And Rock is a good pro, Stuart.
Yeah, a hip strain we're hearing.
A hip strain.
Yeah, so there you go. That's what's happened. Meanwhile, elsewhere here in the Sir Bobby Charlton stand, Kirsty, let's join her. She's got a real A-lister with her.
Hi there, I'm joined by Tim Roth today. Tim, thank you very much for joining me.
Hiya.
Obviously a big United fan.
Yeah.
How are you feeling being at Old Trafford today?
I'm feeling good about it. I've never done this. The reason I became a Man United fan, because I'm from London, is because of George Best, and we just all fell in love with him. And so you were hooked. And once you get given a team, you can't veer. I've never found a way that I could possibly have got away from that. So I'm hooked. And so I'm working in Liverpool at the moment, and this is the first chance I've had to come to a match, and very excited.
What do you think of the atmosphere here today? It's going to be electric.
It's extraordinary. I think we'll win, obviously. And all of the press around me are nodding in agreement. Actually, there was one laugh over there, but we'll let that go. But yeah, I think we're in. I think they're going to bring their game, and I hope that that's the case. But it would be an extraordinary thing to see Manchester take Liverpool to the cleaners just for once. And I'm a huge fan of Liverpool too.
What do you think United's run of form has been lately? Do you think they'll turn it around?
I think it's proven to be a very difficult pair of shoes to step into, Ferguson's, and we're working on it, and I think we'll get it. But this is a good season in a sense, in that you find your form, you find your personality, and you find if you can step up, you see what the team's made of, you see what the owners are made of, and I think Ollie's doing incredible. That's a tough gig, and I like him for it. We'll see what happens.
What are some of your fondest memories being a United fan?
Mine was always you had to cross the road. You would literally get the crap kicked out of you if you were announced that you were a Man U fan. And it was also at that time when whoever the school kids were that you were with would go, who do you support? And then you tell them, and then you get beaten up. So it was like it was that time, and being in London and being a Man U supporter in London was kind of unusual. But like I say, I got hooked on Best, and that was that. But yeah, you literally spent a lot of time running.
So it has been a difficult time for the team at the moment. If you could give some words of encouragement to United, what would those words be?
I think stand your ground, keep moving. And, if you have to go shopping, you go shopping. But really, I don't think it's about that so much. I think it's, I think what Ollie brings to it is a sense of passion, a sense of love. And if that doesn't fit with the team, then we'll see what happens next. But my feeling is that it should be a scrum in rugby sense. It should be a scrum, and the scrum should be around him.
Tim Roth, Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs. I'm stuck in the middle with you, Paddy, but you watch those films?
I'm not stuck in the middle, there's only the two of us.
You seen those films?
I have, he's a great actor actually.
He is.
It must be in the director's box, is he?
I would think so. I don't think he's behind the goal, no. I think he will be in the director's body. Right, a little bit earlier on down there in the tunnel, I spoke to Ollie. Let's remind ourselves of what he had to say.
Ollie, first of all, David De Gea, good news that he's okay. It's quite a recovery from midweek.
Yeah, he was desperate to play, adamant he was going to make it, and as I said on the press conference on Friday, it wasn't as bad as feared. It looked really bad when he hobbled off, but no muscle damage, which is great for us.
And Aaron's back, and is it just gradually looking a little bit better, the whole sort of situation injury-wise?
Yeah, of course, when you got quality players like David fit, Aaron back, Anthony now available on the bench, so he can come on and hopefully make a difference for us when he does. He's not ready for a full game yet, so I think we're looking at brighter times. Of course, now is not today. That's what matters. It's a game that we're looking to cause them problems.
Finally, for you in the Premier League, is this still the game?
Doesn't matter if it's Premier League or Champions League or whatever, World Cup, this is the biggest game, and I've had so many great memories against Liverpool. Some bad ones. Let's make sure this is a good one to remember.
Good luck, thank you. Cheers. See you later.
So that was Ollie before the game. Teams now in the tunnel. The atmosphere is building. I was just talking to Ollie there about how the injury problems are easing, and just as they say that, Axel Tuanzebe gets injured in the warm-up, which is that works out.
Dreadful if you're a player, Stuart. You're wound up, you're ready to go, and all of a sudden, bang, you're out. And you're just hoping that the one that's taken his place is prepared and ready, Rocco. That just sometimes, if you're a sub, you don't think anything's going to happen before a game like that, but obviously it has.
No Salah for Liverpool, who's has never scored against United, Salah, but he's such an important player. But ironically, Mane is the man at the moment for Liverpool.
Top class player, Stuart. He's got everything going from him. He's quick and he's got a football brain, and he's deadly round the box. Something you would love to have in your team.
Jordan Henderson leading out Liverpool. Ashley Young leading out United. And it's great to see David De Gea there. When you saw him limp off for Spain in midweek, you thought, no, that's him done for quite a while. It's an unbelievable recovery.
Yeah, to be fair, Stuart, to a certain degree, we've got a second goalkeeper. Never let United down. Equally as, well, not as good as, but very, very close to. We've got no problems with the goalkeeping position.
What is the key in games like this? The atmosphere is going to be hot. Somehow you need a cool head.
Nerves, Stuart. Nerves play the big, big part in actual fact. When you go on that pitch, as an outfield player, the first thing you want to do is get a touch of the ball. Play a simple pass and you're away. There'll be a lot of nerves on both sides. As you say, Liverpool are strong favourites amongst everybody to win this match. But this is Manchester United versus Liverpool. There's never a favourite.
Liverpool played 8, won 8. You're looking to equal Manchester City's top division record of 18 consecutive Premier League wins. Wouldn't it be great if United were the ones to stop them?
It's still an incredible feat what they've done, Liverpool, Stuart, to do that. An incredible feat. But that's another why United's players think we could break the record by beating them.
Remember, it was February they were here, a 0-0 draw, and United had Herrera, Mata and Lingard all injured in the first half of that game. But United fought so hard to get a 0-0 draw. Liverpool today looking to re-establish an 8-point lead at the top over Manchester City. And they've won all their away games at Southampton, at Burnley, at Chelsea and at Sheffield United. And I suppose all of those wins must make you so confident going into games.
Of course it does. But United v Liverpool's different, Stuart. You can have all the confidence in the world, but this is a different game. As I said, there'll be 22 players out in that pitch. There'll be nerves, there'll be rattling amongst the 22 of them. So you want to get on the ball as soon as possible. Keep it for a little period of time, give a few passes to everybody, and you're up and running.
Well, Ollie knows all about this fixture. He scored against Liverpool 3 times in his United career, and probably the second most famous goal he scored was for United against Liverpool in the treble season, FA Cup.
Yeah, the last minute. The last minute, we remember that. But always done that, and who'll ever forget Barcelona?
We're ready then. Manchester United against Liverpool, the 203rd meeting of the great rivals. And our radio commentary team, Chris Parrott, David May, that's coming next.
What a hit! What a phenomenal strike from Blind! Rashford goes for goal! And the local boy strikes first! Martial, great skill, Martial! What a debut! Anthony Martial, over the top! Oh my word! That's incredible! That is genius! They'll be showing this goal